When we look through history and we see that there was an economic argument for enslaving people in the world and having the slave trade, which countries in the global north profited hugely from. When we look at towns and cities in, for example, the UK, that wealth has been built on the wealth of slavery. Then we had, of course, colonialism, where the British occupied a third of the world. When the British arrived in India, India's global GDP was about 23%. When they left, it was less than 2%. They took $53 trillion out of India in wealth extraction. And when people in the global south said no and overthrew colonial masters, what did we see? We saw a period of imperialism. And what was that about? That was because countries in the global south said, we want a better life for our people, we want the rights to have equality, but we want British and American multinationals out of our countries. And instead we saw the democratic governments in Iran overthrown. Why? To have access to the oil. You see the democratically elected leader of Congo killed on the orders of the Belgian and American governments. Why? Because he wants access to the natural resources of Congo. And the story is the same. Albenz in Guatemala, Suharto in Indonesia, you see the same pattern, the fingerprint of the global north wanting the extraction of wealth of the global south. And climate change is simply the latest episode in that, where before it was violence in terms of occupation, now it's violence of our multinationals.